Hi everyone, I hope you are well. Let's talk about SoFi. Before I say what I'm going to say, let me go ahead and say this so I can save you your comments chewing me out. This is not going to be the most positive thing I'm going to say up front, but it will end positive. I really do mean that. And I want to say this, I love SoFi. I'm in SoFi for the long run. But I've been preaching what I'm about to say here for maybe since last year. So here I go. Short time with SoFi. This is what, if you haven't caught on, I pray to God you catch on here pretty soon. SoFi is going to struggle here for a while. This is going to be a continued situation here because there's a few things that are going on and that need to happen with SoFi to get back into a $10 range. Obviously, July 30th, we will have quarterlies come out. Quarterlies should be good. Quarterlies should be nice. They should reach their numbers, beat expectations, at least by a little. It should be good. But SoFi in the market, it never cares about that. SoFi's had good quarterlies. It's done well. It's been building back business. It's been tripling its business. It's doing great. It's got everyone's attention. It's a hot stock right now. We all know that, and I think we're on agreement about that. But right now, I think the reality of what's going on has to set in for a lot of people. So SoFi is in this weird situation right now where SoFi 2 weeks ago, after the Trump incident, we'll just say that. I don't want to say too many things to get in trouble on YouTube. It's still a very sensitive subject. But after that, Trump Nation was on fire. And it was like, people are like, he's winning, this is it. SoFi, the week prior, the CEO gave that interview and he was like, hey, SoFi's going to do great under a Republican-led nation. And we expect SoFi to be heavy-handed next year. And things are looking real good. So people are like, yeah, this is great. The problem with this is, and even Tom Lee is preaching this right now, in the short term, we are probably going to have a really bad market here going into this election. And SoFi is going to be probably destroyed in these next few months, potentially. Here is the reason why. SoFi is a bank stock. Let's just clarify that. It's a banking company stock. Obviously, I know about the AI, all that kind of stuff. But the bread and butter of it is it's a bank. With that, SoFi needs rate cuts. It needs rate cuts. Okay, that is the first thing, numero uno. It's got to have rate cuts. So Jerome Powell wants rate cuts in September. Trump is coming out and say, hey, please do not do rate. You can't threaten him too much right now. All he can say is he's telling Jerome, do not do rate cuts right now. Do them after the election because Trump is wanting two things: to do the rate cuts himself, but he's not also wanting to do the rate cuts right now because he doesn't want that to look good for the Democrats. So with that, that's going on. And obviously that is going to hurt a lot of things. The other thing with this is that SoFi needs rate cuts. The other thing is that SoFi is in a market right now where it doesn't know where to go. 2 weeks ago, last week, before all this Biden stuff was going on, when Biden was still running as president, SoFi was doing really good. Why was it doing so good? SoFi was doing so good because the market was changing course and going into a Trump market. It was obvious what was going on. Banking stocks, REIT stocks, they were all doing great. AI stocks started to fall apart because Trump said some things about AI stocks. The market in general is like, it doesn't know what to do. Everything is down in the dumps today. So now we have a situation where investors, they don't know where to go. We don't know. Should we put majority of our money in AI stocks? Should we put the majority of our money in bank stocks, REIT stocks, oil stocks? Who is going to win the election at this point? And really, there's polls coming out, but it's too soon to really be telling what's going on here. So this is why SoFi is continuing to go down. And I honest to God believe, I was saying this months ago and people were ripping me apart on here. I've been getting it for over a year now with SoFi. I've been preaching the same thing, that it's gonna take time. SoFi needs a healthy economy. It needs rate cuts. It needs people spending money in ways that's going to help it as a company. And SoFi is still a very new growing bank, and it's relying on its customer basis going into the future to where they can buy cars, they can buy houses, they can take loans. That's not happening right now, and that's damaging SoFi when it comes to these big astronomical quarterlies that SoFi needs here going into the future. Right now, I'm very bearish on SoFi in the short term leading up to this election because SoFi, it doesn't know where to go. So is SoFi a great buy right now? Absolutely, but I do believe SoFi is going to take more damage here. I think we're going to be right in the $6 range here sooner than we think. And this is why, last video I made about SoFi a few weeks ago, I said, hey, this is all great and good. This is wonderful. I would be careful. We have been here multiple times with SoFi. I mean, I remember talking about this a year and a half ago with SoFi when SoFi was at $10 and people were like, this is it, here we go, $20. We gotta have rate cuts, man. We gotta have rate cuts. You have to understand what SoFi is and what it's doing and what it is building its foundation on. It's building its foundation on millennials, people that are in college kids that are, don't have a lot right now, but they're wanting to in the future start buying things that are going to bring in big amounts of money to SoFi. So bullet points here, what I'm trying to say. This is really what I'm trying to say. I am very, very pro and bullish on SoFi in the long run. Right now, I think it's going to take more damage. Now, the question is, if the Democrats pull off this election and they win, I think that's a whole new conversation because really, I don't even know what, like, Kamala's obviously in the lead, right? Well, she's in the lead for the Democrats. She's the runner for the Democrats. But we really don't even know what, I don't know if she's just going to take all the Biden stuff and just double down on that. More than likely, that's probably what she's going to do. We're just going to have another 4 years of the S&P moving and overseas companies, things like that moving, and AI stocks will really move forward. If Trump wins, I think we know what's coming. We saw that last week when Trump was like, he's got it in the bag. This is a done deal. We saw a glimpse of the Trump market last week. This week, the market is like, whoa, pump the brakes. So friends, I wouldn't worry too much. Look at this blood in the water right now with SoFi as a grand opportunity. I know this sucks. I know everyone is so sick of losing freaking money and time with SoFi. I get it. I have been here just as long as most of you. I am so over this situation with SoFi. But I believe in the company. I believe what's going to happen here. They're having good good numbers with the money, people that are customers of theirs. Everything good is happening with this company. It just needs a strong economy. I just don't know when that's coming. I don't think a lot of us do. Even Jerome Powell, like I said, trying to do these rate cuts in September. That'll just be the top. That'll just be the first part of what needs to happen going into the next year. I don't know what more to say on that. So please just understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be mean towards SoFi. I love SoFi and I'm heavy-handed in it. I am in this. Like I'm adding to this still. Every time it goes below $7, I am buying. Even at $7.10 right now, I think you should be buying this, but don't be buying this in the sense of like I'm gonna double my money here in the next week or so because we're about to have quarterlies. This thing's going to $12, $15. I would really be careful with that thinking right now. We have seen this time and time again with SoFi, and this is how people have gotten really thick, heavy-handed, bag-holding SoFi at really big double-digit numbers. And they're still trying to get themselves out of that. We've seen this before. Until Jerome Powell or Trump, whoever the next Democrat president is, talks about rate cuts, SoFi is going to take damage. I'm going to shut up now. I wish all of you the best of luck. I'm hoping SoFi takes a lot of damage. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to buy. I hope it goes to $5 because I want to buy a ton of it. I want to buy so much of it. And I think if it went to $5, people would start buying it up like it was candy because it would be a grand opportunity. Friends, take care. Bye-bye.